Hi everybody. Today on Robert's British Cars and Stuff, we're going to try to turn this into this. So what we have here are the seats from a 1954 MGTF. I've been working on this restoration for several years, and this seat, as you can see, I've already done. And rather than go over it and show you all the mistakes I made, what I'm going to try to do is recover this one and not make the same mistakes twice. Before we get started, there's something I need to explain. I'm not an engineer, I'm not a mechanic, and I am certainly not an upholsterer. But, I bought a kit to recover seats, never done this before, and I figure if there is anybody out there who bought a kit to recover their seats and have never done this before, this might be something you might want to watch, because I know I'm going to make mistakes, and maybe if you watch this, you'll make one less mistake than me. Before we get started, let's look at the tools we're going to need to do this job. As with any British car, the tools you're going to need are a screwdriver, pliers, and a really big hammer. Let's start with the seat back. The seat back is basically a piece of cardboard or heavy particle wood board stuff that's nailed on the back. Now I've already taken it off, and what I did to get it off is I used a putty knife. I know it wasn't on my tool list, but I'm improvising. And worked it in there and pried them off one at a time. I didn't want to just rip it off. One at a time. Took them off nice and slow. I saved the tacks that I pulled out in my little magnet cup here. Not so much because I want to reuse them, but I don't want to pull them out of a tire or my foot later, so I try to account for everything I take off. Anyway, we take the seat back off. Here's the inside of the seat. Here's the horsehair, the springs that go in here. These springs will be reconditioned. The seat will be reconditioned. And we're going to use new horsehair and filling. A little note about the seat back. As you can see, it's all warped from the many years, probably sitting outside, that this car had been through. The tacks, this is the important part. Okay, as you can see, the nails that held this to the seat are through the piping, okay? And this is the thread, the seam that holds the piping to the seat back. Then the nails are pushed through the back of the piping like this. You can see them there, right? Pushed through that way, they come out this way, and then when you put this on, if I can do this, you turn this around. When you put this on, you hammer them here. Bip, 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 bip. On the other seat, what I did is I had a piece of material here. I think it was a hammer. And then I hit that hammer with another hammer and drove the nails in evenly. Not all the way in, all around, but a little bit at a time, all the way around. Anyway, this is the seat back. And we have it taken off the seat. Okay, we've got the back off the seat. Now we're going to work on the cushion. What I already did is I removed all of the tacks from the bottom of the seat. So I also will tip this up maybe. The seat bottom is attached with the rails here that I have already taken off, okay? And they were corroded, obviously. There are little bolts that go in here that bolt the wood to the metal frame. Okay, I took those out. Then, oh, how did I get those out, you ask? I'm glad you asked. With a drill. There was no unscrewing those. They were rusted. So I just drilled them. I'm going to buy new ones anyway. What are you going to do? Anyway, then I took the wood part, if I can do that. I took the wood part off the seat. So there's the cushion. As you can see, this is pretty rusty. We're going to put it over here for now. We'll circle back to this. Let's look at the cushion, okay? As you can see, it was kind of ripped, kind of ratty, kind of leathery. Got padding in here. The kit I bought, this padding is already attached to the leather seat. So that makes it pretty easy to put this back together. This just comes off of here, like that. Ooh. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but one gentleman expressed interest in the old leather. So maybe I'll mail it to him. I don't know. Anyway, here's the cushion. One thing to note about the cushion is that it's cut here to fit inside that wood. So the new cushion that I bought does not have this cut on it. When we reassemble the cushion, I'm going to have to cut the new foam to match this. This foam, obviously, for the amount of money that the kit costs, I'm going to spend more and get new foam. Well, we got the cushion taken apart. Let's look at the seat back. Okay, here we go. It's a metal bucket with some leather nailed to it. Well, how did we nail leather to a metal bucket? They used wood. What else? Okay? Let's look at the back of this thing. Okay, let's see what we got here. As you can see, here is a piece of wood. This piece of wood looks to be in pretty good shape. What's nailed to it? The bottom of the seat back. The leather goes around. The horsehair is pulled tight and nailed in here. Ironically enough, on the other seat, this was longer and it was pulled back and nailed in this way. I believe when I put that other one in, I pulled it around like that and nailed it in this way. We'll talk more about that when we're building the new seat, because right now we're just taking the seat apart. First thing I'm going to do is get my little teeny tiny pliers and go around the edge and take out these tacks. Now, just to show you one here, I reach under here with my little pliers and go in there and try to grab the tack and pull it out. Well, that one didn't come out very well, but you have to get those tacks out. So I go in there. Let's try this right-handed. I go in there that way and work the tack out like that. Put it in my little cup into my tack collection. Again, another little tack. Work it out. Whoosh. Another little tack. All the way around the seat. I'm not going to make you watch me take out all the tacks. I took all of the tacks out. Look at that. By the way, it's 3 days later. No, it didn't take that long as I thought. Did I miss one? Yeah, whatever, I'll come back. Oh, you know, I thought I got them all. There we go. Okay, so I got all the tacks out. Let's take this seat back off now, okay? I'm gonna show you it real quick. They all came off the bottom, okay? These pieces of wood here, okay, there and here, they're pretty rotten. Not to worry. Robert, the not woodworker, found a woodworker. Okay, my brother. He made new slats to go here. So I have one for each side for these, and I have made a new piece to go here. Okay, like that. There you go. New pieces of wood, because these, of course, the ones on the bottom of the seat get the most moisture. They're rotten. Gotta make new ones. Okay, let's turn this around. See if we can get this off, okay? We'll lift it up here and here. These are not part of the seat back. Just so you know, they're little teeny tiny pieces that wrap around the edges of the seat. There's felt inside of them, and fortunately, no bugs. The other seat I took apart, there were a lot of bugs inside. Okay, let's work it off. The seat back. Well, here we go, maybe. And there is the seat back off the seat. Oh, guess what? It's still attached down here. Let's go around and pull those tacks out, okay? Those are right here. Ta-da! Okay, we'll take those out. Oh, we'll try doing some video here if I can find these tacks. Let's see how much fun it is to get them out. There's one. Put that there. There's another one. You know, they make a tool to pull these tacks out with, and I'm too cheap to go buy one, so I just use my little pliers. Okay, there's that. And there's that. Maybe. There we go. That's 3 of them. And continue. Okay, I got all those tacks out. Now we're going to try to pull out the seat covering, and there is the seat back. Okay, what can we learn from this? Well, all of the pleats come out with the seat, and as I said, the new kit I bought has the padding sewn into the pleats. So I'm going to take this and move it out of the way for now. We're going to look at these bottoms here. This one's coming off. There's a piece of wood that this is nailed to. And this thin piece of wood is riveted down here. We'll examine that in closer detail later. And again, this piece of wood in this corner is not coming off. It's not rotted away. So I am just going to remove this piece of vinyl. By the way, this is vinyl. The back was leather. Okay, now this is the important part. This is the top of the seat back, and as you can see, the material here has worn away over time. When you look at it this way, this material is supposed to be straight and then go down, kind of like that. Okay, so the top of the back of the seat is straight and dipped. Over the years, it has sagged, it has worn away. There's not much left here. What was here is this, come around here, is this cotton padding, okay? That goes across the top of the horsehair. See it? Thusly, it wraps on the sides. There's this felt that's on the side of the seat. So we're gonna have to make sure that we put that back, actually put new stuff back. But there's the felt that's on the side of the seat. And this is another important part. This padding on the top is a separate piece. I'm gonna take that off there, okay? And that separate piece goes all the way across the top of the horsehair to another wad right here that I can take out, okay? So there's a wad right in the top corner for extra support. When we're building the new seat, we're going to try to remember that. Now, here's another important part. The horsehair here in the middle, well, let's see. This is going to come right out like that. There's the horsehair. Rubberized horsehair is the replacement part I bought from Moss Motors. Okay, that's that. There's where the springs indented in the back. And here are the springs. They're attached here and then springs. These will all be reconditioned and I'll reuse them. There's also a bracket here that holds stuff in place. So this will take out and recondition. Now, important part, the horsehair, I'm gonna just put that back for now. The horsehair sits in between cotton padding here and here. And of course, this dog leg's around the transmission hump, okay? Cotton padding also goes across the top with a wad here and a wad here. That's, gotta remember that for when we build the seat back again. Okay, now, let's take the horsehair off, lay it there, and go back and examine the seat. The felt that's on the side of the seat that runs all the way down and rots away. Okay, let's see how it's attached here on top of the metal. So we don't want the metal to come through when we do the new seat. Let's see how this will come off. Very gently peel it off around the metal. Oh, look, that metal is like brand new. Won't need a lot of grinding to get that rust off. Not. Okay, and this comes off. Now here's an important part. This part, this padding part right here, okay? We're gonna take that off in one piece. And there it is, okay? It goes like this. The one on the other side was not sewn as a dog leg. It was bent that way. Again, we got to reach around here. Maybe I'll go over here. Here's the felt. As you can see, it's all deteriorated. But we're going to peel this felt off. I felt it. Okay, no. Bad pun. There it's right in here, coming off. Okay. And yes, I am doing this with one hand and holding the camera with the other. And that goes, why? Because I don't have any friends, okay? My friends want to go out, I say, oh no, I got to work on the car. And so I'm working on the car by myself. Here's this piece of padding that comes off. The same as the other piece. And I'm going to show you something about how I'm going to replace these. I thought that I had a piece left over from the previous seat I made, but I don't. I threw it out. But what this is, I'll try to explain real quick, and then as I assemble the new seat, you'll see better what I mean. This is one piece of felt. It goes like this and wraps around, and then there's a seam right here where it's sewed, okay? And then what they did is they stuffed it full of cotton wadding. I believe another name for that cotton wadding is mouse nest. Clever. So you end up making a piece like this and then stuffing it in there. And again, I'll show you how to do that when we assemble the new seat. Okay, there's our seat disassembled and all of the guts out. The next thing we're going to do is we have to get all the rust off of this seat and paint it before we can construct a new seat. I'm not going to build a new seat over this.